Well, welcome to the next video. So today I finally am going to pick up my 180 engine. I found one, and I found one a couple weeks ago and I missed out on it. I was just messing around. I'm like, man, maybe I can find one for cheaper, but I can't. And this engine is from an 04, so it's an AWP Jetta Wagon automatic. So you know this thing has been babied. The only thing you gotta check is if it was, the oil has been changed. And it's under 100,000 miles, and that's one thing I really like to get these engines. The last couple of ones that I've gotten, they're all like 98,000, 99,000. And with these guys, they take pictures of the odometer, they make sure it's like legit. So we're going to pick it up. So I lost out on this engine the first time. So I guess some Russians showed up and they were complaining about the engine. So then they didn't take it. So they got charged a restocking fee and everything. So I talked to the guys. I know the manager at one of these, he's seen the engine and he's like, I think they were just trying to get a better deal and they were pointing out every tiny little mark on it. So we're going to check the engine out when we get there to make sure it's, good engine. Even if something's cracked, I can always pull something from the junkyard. I mean, as long as the block and the head's good. It's a 99,000 mile motor. It's automatic, so the KO3S that's on it has not been worked at all, so it should be in really good condition. So we'll just check her out when we get there. So we are here. We're gonna go inside, probably do some paperwork, and then check out the engine. Sweet.
Yeah, it should be that one right there.
Yeah.
The yellow tag.
So on the phone, when I was talking to the Russians said the valve cover was cracked. They're probably talking about maybe these. What the heck? It does have some weird cracking in it, actually. Yeah, that looks good. I don't know if it's been changed, but it's got 99 on it, so it should have been changed. Turbo. Everything looks, I don't know what they're talking about. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's been sitting. It was probably sitting in the car for a little while or something. Block looks good. Oh shit, I'm used to saying AWP right there. Oh gosh, that's not good. Usually you like to see a nice clean engine. That looks pretty dirty. Alright, I'm gonna pop open some of these coils and check out. Like, I don't understand. I mean, these must be the cracks that they were talking about. I don't understand why that's like that. I don't know. I'm gonna pop those coils off and check it out. So I have the engine in here. I need to check it out. As I was leaving, the guy came out and he's like, yeah, I found another number on the bottom of the engine that it looked like we've had this engine before, like a long time ago. So this engine was put in that car, and then the car got hit and then it got sold to us again. So I need to check out this engine to see if it has more miles on it than what I'm paying for. Okay, so we got an update. So pulled the valve cover. I'll show it right here when I was at home, and I don't know where I left off with that video, but brought the engine back. They are gonna take this back because obviously it has way more miles than we each thought, and not knowing what it is, what the head is, I really want to know the miles, and I want a fresh engine for the Corrado. So they were looking around and we found one that's been on the shelf for like years, and the notes of the head is like skip time or something. It's one tooth off. It has compression. We rotated the engine all the way around, and it only has 56,000 miles on it. So he's giving me a deal on that one, and it has no turbo, but I'm gonna be able to see if I put maybe a KO4 on it. Maybe I'll just stick with the KO3S. I'm not sure. All right, got it in the garage. Just unstrapped it, and wife came out, so I told her about it. But man, if we found a diamond in the rough, how cool is this gonna be? Oh, I already see hoses and stuff I'm gonna have to find. The oil cooler hoses are cut. You know, it's been sitting up in the rafters since 2016, I think, because in the computer it said something was wrong with it. It just said notes, and nobody ever wanted to get the engine down. To get this engine down, and he read the notes and it said timing. So we cranked it all the way over, it went all the way around, had good compression, and then we looked at the timing marks, and it's off one tooth. So we lined everything up, and it's off like by one tooth, it looks like. So, I mean, that's pretty crazy if that's all that is. And I just found a diamond in the rough with 56,000 miles on it. Because, yeah, it just looks like it's off like one tooth or something. So I'm going to get it off and assess the situation. It didn't come with a turbo, but I got an awesome price for it without a turbo. So now I need to figure out if I want to go. Well, I have a KO3S that I can use, I think. So I'll probably just end up doing that. I don't know. Maybe I'll do KO4. I don't know. I haven't really thought about that at all because I thought I was just going to do, you know, the KOS that comes on the AWP. So now that I have this, I am not sure. I'm going to get it off. It's getting cold. A little sit rep here. So we have some problems. So I got the engine. So you guys saw how it was on the trailer. It was sitting in that, and you couldn't see the underside of the engine. I'll put up a picture right here of what I saw. So obviously this hit something at some point, and now I'm trying to determine if there's any damage underneath. Obviously this got pushed up because this usually comes, the oil tube usually comes straight out, so that got pushed up. This plastic isn't broke, which is good. I mean, just to show that the force, like this didn't come all the way up and hit it, I don't think. I'm gonna keep digging around, get my flashlight, and look up in here and see if I can see any damage. I usually would not be doing this at all. I would have seen that, put it back on the trailer, taken it back, but to be able to get a 57,000 mile engine, I am gonna go a little bit beyond what I normally do. So that is obviously a massive hole. Obviously, you know, first looking at it, it looks like it got hit, and then probably all the oil drained out and, you know, just toasted the whole engine. On further inspection, something from the rear, it's the rear of the pan that's hit. Looks like it hit it. So I'm thinking maybe some guy at the yard or somewhere, you know, hit it with a forklift. But, you know, when I was under there looking at it, I don't know if I have a picture of it or not, but you can see the oil pump. It has like a crack. It has a hairline fracture crack in it. And when I was turning it over, it just didn't feel like it should. Like the top looked really clean. It looked like a low miles engine, but it just had some problems that, you know, it's gonna take me at least another month to get the engine in, to get it started and everything. And the warranty for those things are like 15 to 30 days. And I just didn't want to rush myself if I put it in there and change out all the parts I needed changing, and it's like, you know, trying to start up and the valves are bent or something, you know? So I didn't know, I just didn't want to go through that. And the amount of money I'm paying for these low miles engines, you know, I want 100% pretty much guaranteed, you know, that I'm paying. I can go to a junkyard and get an engine if I want. And then I can, you know, it's way, way cheaper, and then I can have that guessing game when I put it in. So, brought that engine back. All day, all night, looking online, looking at pick and pull yards. I want an engine, I want to get going. So I found a car, just put in a pick and pull. So I go to the pick and pull, and I'll put up a picture right here of how I magically get the odometer to show the mileage. So 140,000 miles on this car. And at the front, I don't know if I have a picture of it, and on the side, you can tell it got hit on the side and something was wrong with the axle and all that stuff. So, and it's automatic. So you probably, you know, nothing else on the body was hit. So but on that front passenger side, it was hit. You can tell that's what made this car hopefully be in there. So I know it's a good running engine. The car got hit, the miles are low. I open up the top, I open the valve cover, I'll put a picture up right here. And my heart pretty much sinks because you can tell that it wasn't maintained. The oil wasn't changed as much as it should have been, because I've seen a lot of the tops of these engines. I know a good one that's been changed a lot, low miles. I know a good one, what it looks like with 150 miles. Like, when you see this caked up gunk on top, you know the oil hasn't been changed at its, the mileage that it should be changed at. So to do all the work to get that off, I just didn't feel like it was worth it. I want a good engine for a car. I don't want a high miles engine. I'm picky. I've been spoiled now, and I am picky. So now on to the real story. After all of these engines, 3 engines, 2 from the same place, I brought them back. 2, I went to different pick and pulls to check on engines, and both were bad, or both I didn't want. So now we're getting to the good stuff. Through all these failures I've had over these last couple weeks, and I have been filming going to get an engine and fail. Filming to go get an engine and then fail, and then it like defeated me pretty much. So, but now, after all that, I found this on Craigslist. I'll put it up right here. This kind of weird, awkward ad. No information, low miles engine. Too good to be true, low mile engine. And I just sent an email out, not expecting anything. I get an email back and good information, but I take it back, not good information. Just kind of not the interaction I will want to have over Facebook or Craigslist. I want information back that they know the engine, they can send pictures. I wanted to make sure it had an AWP engine code on it, and they didn't know anything about that. Anyways, long story short, emailed about 15 times, found out it's some old lady, and this car had an engine replaced a long time ago with a 30,000 mile engine, which seems unbelievable. I couldn't be true. She didn't drive that much. So I'm going back with her, and I'm like, this sounds fishy. She's talking about I'm trying to scam her, she wants my address, my phone number, just a whole bunch of information. I'm like, what is going on? I'm trying to get information from her, and she's not giving me the information that I want. So I'm like, this has got to be a scam. It's about a 4-hour drive for me to get down there. And finally, after emailing back and forth, I have to. I would always look back at this and wonder if that was going to be a real 48,000 mile engine. So I emailed her, I'm like, I'm willing to come down there and check it out. And that's what I did. I loaded up my wagon with a trailer with every tool and my engine hoist. I have everything I need to get an engine out of the car. So made the 4-hour drive down there, and old lady, really nice, doesn't know anything about cars, is trying to give me an explanation on why it stopped working. She said something about the transmission. Obviously, so this is a 2003 Jetta wagon automatic. Pretty much the best car to get an engine out of. It hasn't been run hard with an automatic, and the automatic transmissions always go bad. So usually the engine's really good. So engine's still in the car. So I get to start it and hear it. Start it up really fast, sounds perfect, shut it off, open up the valve cover, show a picture right here. So good. There's no big globs, clumpiness in there. It looks a little dark from the oil hasn't been changed in a long, long time. And she didn't really change it, but looking at everything, it's a low miles engine. You can tell it hasn't been driven that much. So super stoked. I keep going back and forth. I'm in this ghetto area. This is like a hub section housing. I'm in this ghetto area. I don't want to get stabbed. It's about, I wanted to get down there earlier, but she didn't email me back till that morning, and I didn't know I was going to go down there or not. It was getting late. It's about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. I'm just like, all right, I got like 2 hours, 3 hours before dark. I'm like, I'm gonna do this. Because I was going back and forth to driving my truck or taking with the trailer down, just getting the whole car. Because she was gonna give me the whole car. Obviously, I don't need anything out of that car. I don't want another car at my house. So I just wanted the engine. Talked to my wife. She was like, get the engine. If you want it, just get it. Don't drive all the way back home. Drive the truck down. I mean, that would have cost like 150 bucks probably in gas there and back too with the truck. So pulled it, started pulling it. Took me, I told her about 2 hours. It took me exactly like an hour and 45 minutes to have it into my trailer. And that was that. So now, super excited. So I have a 48,000 mile documented engine. AWP, can't see it because the chain's in the way. There it is. AWP 48,000 mile engine. I am super stoked. Can't wait to get all this crap out of it. I've got parts coming. Oh my gosh, guys. After just all of the defeats I've had with these engines, and to find this one, dude, just, I had to take a break yesterday, didn't do any car work, and now today I want to get back on it. And dude, this automatic transmission, oh my gosh. Yeah, that thing is so heavy, bent my trailer a little bit. That thing's so heavy, but so super, super excited. I'm glad I kept persisting, kept on just looking every day, everywhere. Some weird South Oregon Craigslist ad I found. Oh man, that was so crazy. So this video is really long, a lot of talking, but I wanted this for my record so I could look back on it and just see what I can achieve when I just keep going and not just giving up. So yeah, just super grateful, super blessed that I got an engine with this many low miles. Just now I'm thinking put it in, try to get it started, and something's wrong with it, but it's not. I heard it in the car, and that's how I really want to get engines nowadays, is from a car that, you know, I can start up and hear the engine before I pull it. I know it's a good engine and it looks so good and it's documented. She had, I don't have it, she had gave me a stack of receipts. I'll put up a picture right here. This is a stack of receipts on everything that's done to the car. The engine that got put in, it has the shop that put it in, Audi V-Dub shop down in Southern Oregon. The miles that was on the engine in the car that they put it in from, all the stuff that they serviced on the car. Oh man, just so awesome, guys. So now all caught up. It's been just weeks of this trying to get an engine. I've been doing little stuff on the car. I'll show that probably on the next Corrado video. A lot of talking, but I needed this for my record. I wanted to look back on this and have this so I can look at it. So that's gonna be it. Everyone's caught up. I'm so happy that I have this engine. Whew. I'll see you guys next video.